And ladies and gentlemen, we are starting this game, second round here, best 2 out of 3. And this is in the losers round of 6. Things are getting us pretty close to crunch time. Joining me, of course, is the very talented, the very handsome. He looks just like Val Kilmer, I swear to God. Everybody in the chat's been saying it. Joj, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to find the absolute corniest way to introduce you to the point where you just can't even speak.
So far, it's working. It's working. You want to introduce these players one more time, Brett?
I would like to, but at the same token, you haven't introduced them yet, and I'm fearful that if Sue is maintaining the momentum that he's did last game, you won't have a third chance. You know, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce these players.
All right, so in the top right-hand position on this map of Neoplanet Est, it is our blue Zerg Golden, and playing against him will be Sue for SK Telecom, the red Zerg in the bottom left-hand position. And if you missed that last game, I can give you a quick recap. Sue won. Zerglings. And that's it. That's all that happened in that game. Nothing else happened, but he made Zerglings and he attacked, and that was it. So Golden's got to change something up, I feel like.
Yep, I think honestly you could have probably summed up that game with just simply Sue won in 6 minutes. Do the math. There wasn't a whole lot there. It's just very, very well executed, very, very fast timing. If there was anything there like Banelings, it would have gone differently, obviously. But I think that Sue felt really, really good with that. And at the end of the day, it worked out well for him. I mean, he got himself a nice, quick, fast, decisive victory in the first round. In a round of 3, that's always good. If you can do that consistently, it almost shocks your opponent too. So going into round 2, they're going to be actually, in my mind at least, a little bit scared, and it's going to take a little bit to shake that off. But that being said, StarTails Golden, this guy probably has a lot of experience working with his teammates, and I don't think he's going to be that easy to shake.
Yeah, Golden has been around for a while, but I mean, Sue is somebody that transitioned. He's a Casper player. He transitioned from Grid War, and he's going to have a lot of practice, and he's going to have a lot of practice being on stage. He's been a staple of Pro League because of his cheesy builds. He's kind of known for that. I feel like Sue is definitely going to have an advantage in this series, and even before last game, I would give the advantage in this series to Sue. And after last game, I don't know. It feels like, I mean, stuff like that can happen in ZVZ where it's like, well, I went for this build and he did something that counters it, and that's kind of it. But I don't know. I'm really worried for Golden. I don't know that he has an answer to Sue, and Sue's all-in repertoire is his ability to read the game or anything.
Yep, it does look like Sue did get his gas a little bit earlier, and he's starting to pull up a little bit of a supply here. Overlord has scouted it. It is going to be shooed out of the base by Sue, and Golden is going to have to retreat with that quite quickly. Likewise, at the same token as Sue, almost mirror builds from both of them. Hatcheries finishing at identical times. However, the big difference is obviously speed. Zergling speed is being researched right now already by Sue. Is Golden going to follow pursuit? He is getting close to that 100 gas that he needs in order to get that. I'm certain that he does not want to lose to another Zergling rush. Okay, there it is. Indeed, he is researching speed as well. So, again, very similar builds. Golden just slightly behind with his speed, only by about 10 or 15 seconds. So, nothing too major at this particular point.
Yeah, and so Sue is going to continue droning. Neither player is really... Ooh, well, there's 6 Zerglings out on the map, and there's the Baneling nest coming up for Sue. I wonder if he's going to continue Zergling production or if he's going to go into drones. The larva is about to pop and he's going to have to make a decision. Let's see.
Yep, there was a bit of a quick scout here by Golden. He did get into the base and have a good look around here. Like you say, Baneling Nest is out, and there's a whole pile of Zerglings now coming out right now. They're in just finished production. Looks like Zergling speed, 8 more Zerglings on the way, as well as the Baneling Nest is going to finish up well before Golden's by about, looks like... this is going to finish in 30 seconds time. So there's a 30-second buffer here between when the Baneling Nests are going to finish, and that is when his Golden is going to be able to defend easily enough. At this particular point in time, he's got his work cut out for him. He's going to park the Queen behind this Baneling Nest as well. It has a Spine Crawler up front. There is 4 Zerglings here. They do not have speed just quite yet. Golden's is going to finish up in about 5 or 6 seconds. Yep, 5 or 6 seconds indeed. And a couple Banelings also ready. Okay, so the nest does finish. Banelings already being morphed up on the ramp. That's a great position for them, just in case that these Banelings do not connect and they want to go up the line. They're not going to. But all those banelings of Sue's have been destroyed. Zerglings are going to start working away on trying to get a bit of a connect here with some of these drones, but unable to do so. And Golden doing a very, very good job getting at least one connect with one of these banelings. As meanwhile, at the same token, these Zerglings are going to do a quick scout up into the high ground.
Yeah, and this push was actually a great success by Sue. He didn't commit super heavily to this push. He's droned behind it. They're pretty even on supply, but I mean the worker supply as well. But Sue has started his lair, and just now is Golden doing it. So Sue should feel pretty comfortable. He's got a little bit of a healthy lead in the lair. So if he wanted to go Mutalisks, he could do that. There's no evolution chamber. There's no Roach Warren. So right now, that's what I would bet. There's not enough of a force here from Golden to really threaten the banelings of Sue. So Sue should be feeling pretty safe to any kind of counters. And since Golden lost to Queen in that engagement, Sue is definitely going to be feeling very happy with what all happened. He's going to continue to scout his opponent, and he's going to have a great read. And there's the Roach Warren from Golden. That is going down, and still nothing from Sue.
Yep, and looks like a little bit more additional scouting here of these Zerglings up in Golden's main base. You can be able to look around at everything. I think he is going to see, yes, he is going to see this Roach Warren as well, and it is going to finish up. Now, Roaches are quite good against Lings, so that will hold up quite well, as long as he's able to transition to it. That being said, the Spire has gone down. Roach is not so good against Mutalisk. It's just not going to work out so well for you because Roaches don't shoot into the sky, ladies and gentlemen. They just shoot the ground items. That being said, third being taken very, very good by Sue. It is going to get pecked away at here by these Zerglings who are trying desperately to avoid the Banelings, which one of the Zerglings is going to die taking it out, but the rest of the Zerglings are going to be able to peck away at it. Golden would be very, very happy if he was victorious in taking out this. If he's able to force a cancel, yes, he does get a cancel on it, and this is a small victory for him at this point in time.
Yeah, he likes that. Getting that cancel is very important for the Roaching player because he knows that he's going to have less mobility in the mid game once the Roaches and the Mutalisks are both out. So he has to get a cancel. Ooh, so actually misplacing that third hatchery a little bit. I feel like that is a little bit misplaced and needs to be closer to the minerals. But the Spire is finishing up for Sue right now, and he's going to be able to probably force a cancel on that third of Golden. And there's this game is going to equalize. The mobility will go to Sue. He'll probably have to force cancels and deal with the third hatch of Golden a couple of times before Golden officially holds on to it and gets it up and running. And Sue needs to saturate his third as quick as he can and then transition into different tech so that he can deal with any full frontal pushes from Golden. So it's just interesting. Both sides have to adapt and deal with what the opponent is doing, and it's gonna involve transitioning for both sides, either to Hydralisks for Golden and potentially back to Roaches, or maybe even like double upgrade Lings for Sue.
Yep, and I like this little trick by Golden. He's using the Overlord to creep down enough creeps so they can throw down a Spore Crawler. Mutalisk has shown up to try and help take care of that. And the Spore Crawler is going to fall. Indeed it does. Roaches and Lings do show up, but there's nothing they can do about it. There's 4 Mutalisks in the sky working away. Things not looking so good for Golden in that third base of his. Golden is going to have find something besides Queens to try and help hold this up. I think Sue is going to continue down this path. He has 4 more mutas on the way, and if he gets to a very large muta ball, this is going to spell disaster for Golden.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't look like he's going to go into just a massive Mutalisk play. He is going to go into Roach Warren with an Evolution Chamber behind it. But there is a Roach push from Golden that's going to be pushed against the third of Sue. Golden goes in with several Roaches, but the Roaches I don't think are going to do too much damage. They might kill some of these drones, but they're not going to get the hatchery. Sue's going to pull some drones, and the remaining Mutalisks that aren't canceling the third at Golden's base will try and clean up these Roaches.
Yep, unfortunately, though, Golden losing his third in the process, so unfortunately for him, he's not only going to lose a bunch of Roaches, but he also lost one of his bases. Mutalisks are going to be able to hold map control for a good period of time, at least until the Hydralisks come out. They are 9 of them. They are getting Groove Spines as well for the additional range advantage, which kind of, like, as you were mentioning in previous games, is more indicative of using them defensively than offensively, because obviously if you want to leave creep, you do need to have the muscular augments for the speed upgrade as well. So where do you think he's going with this build? Do you think he's going to just go straight into Roach Hydra and then make a big push off 2 bases?
For Golden, I don't think so. He's actually laid down an infestation pit, so he wants there it is, and there's a Nidus Canal as well. So he wants to. He doesn't think he can take this in a straight up game. He says he needs to do a little bit of shenanigans in order to come back, and I'm inclined to agree. He's pretty behind, and with Sue already transitioning into Roach Hydra, a straight up push would probably end up being disastrous. But this Nidus Canal could do what he needs to do. He could snipe the main, he could snipe the third and get out right away and not lose any of his units. With something like that going on, Sue does not have this game in the bag yet. And there's the Nidus Canal. It's happening just outside the creep on the main base of Sue. Does Sue see it? Sue does see it, but there he goes. He's reacting with the drones. Will it be enough? That Nidus Canal is over halfway done. These drones are getting to it a little bit late. It's going to die. All right. That was very close.
Yep, it does get a cancel on it. That does not mean that the Nidus Worm is not available. He's going to unload all the units at it. It's kind of like you've revealed your bag of tricks, so unfortunately you're going to have to handle that. And as you can see, Sue's taking a quick peek just outside that ramp, seeing if there's anything else there. Meanwhile, there's a lot of Mutalisk action at the front door of Golden, and it is going to be repelled by these Hydralisks. But again, I don't think... let's just take a look at the upgrades. Do they have the muscular augments? No, they're very, very slow off creep, as you can see. Perhaps not the best choice, although I've seen almost every player in this tournament so far leaving without muscular augments on them.
Yeah, that is something that we've seen quite a bit. And here's Golden laying down a Nidus Canal, and he doesn't want to he didn't want to move out and lay it without having some kind of support for it, so we can get sniped in the middle of it. Those queens are forced to use transfuses against these Mutalisks, and actually these queens may get sniped. Several go down. 1, 2, 3 go down. Yeah, there's just they're going down. Those Hydralisks are too slow to the reaction time. This Nidus Canal will allow will allow Golden rather to reinforce very quickly, but versus Roach Baneling, with pure Hydralisk, this is not looking good for Golden.
No, but it'll also allow him to retreat. He's going to lose a couple of the back units unless that Nidus Worm goes down. Actually, I'm surprised. He's looking to stand and fight. He should load up into that Nidus Worm. He would have been able to save all his units. But a big GG, and Sue is victorious, taking a clean sweep, 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, that was a very fast series, man. I was not expecting that. I think I was expecting a little bit more of a back and forth like Sue versus Hyun.
Yep, absolutely. I was expecting a little bit more out of this series. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like, oh right, we've got the star players, and you know that they're capable of doing awesome stuff, and as evidenced by the fact that you're able to secure a victory so quickly, that you're obviously playing at such a high caliber, especially when you have an opponent such as Startail Golden. But I mean, at the same token, I wish they were longer, because I'm just so entertained by the play, by this back and forth. Zerg versus Zerg is always, by far, in my opinion, the most high-tempo, high-energy matchup. And so it is disappointing that it's a quick 2-game victory for Sue.
Yeah, I definitely agree. ZVZ is one of my favorite matchups. It's really exciting to watch, especially because I play Zerg, so it makes more sense to me than most of the other matchups, because I understand it. But yeah, that going out of that series, Sue goes up 2-0. He continues to advance. Golden is knocked out of the loser's bracket. Golden is out of this tournament. And I'm excited to see where Sue goes from here, because Sue is definitely one of the people that going into the tournament, even guys on Team Liquid, they're like, keep an eye on this guy. He can go far. And I'm looking forward to watching his matches as he goes out through the loser's bracket today and potentially onto the championship bracket tomorrow on Sunday.
Absolutely. Championship Sunday is tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, make a point of getting that $9.99 subscriber pass. You'd be an absolute fool if you did not. You can, watch the mainstream in 1080p like it was supposed to be casted to you. And the reason why I say that is because, well, StarCraft 2 was developed so that it could be utilizing 1080p. So why the heck are you watching it on anything less? It's $10, cheaper than a movie. Get on over there, get a subscriber. You can also chat in the subscriber-only chat that's over on the main channel as well. This being said, unfortunately, Joj, you and I are going to be parting ways just about now. You're headed on over to what? Community Stream A, I believe, are you not?
Yeah, I'm going to go cast over with those guys. I have never cast with those guys before. This should be really fun. I'm going to be casting my last match of the day today at 10 p.m. PDT. That's the last match I'll be a part of. And Brad, you're going over to Stream C, and what are you going to be casting?
All right, at 9 o'clock, we are going to be casting. I don't have the matches just quite yet. They haven't come down. Obviously, they're being played right now. And at 9 o'clock, I'll be casting with Stream C. It's going to be an absolute blast. Straight at 10 o'clock, I will no longer be casting for the evening. I will be off, but I will guarantee you that I will watch your stream, and I'll be loving it. I'm going to be having a whole lot of fun there. I love your casting style. I've had an absolute blast streaming with you and casting these games. You are a joy to work with, and you're a consummate professional and unbelievably good at what you do. And I would like to just thank you in front of all the fans. I think we've got like 2,000 viewers. Sir, thank you very much for letting me cast with you. It's been a great time. But that being said, unfortunately, I think we have to turn the stream off. That's unfortunate, eh?
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's been a great fun casting for everybody this weekend, and I hope we can do this again, and maybe MLG will let us work for them again. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great night, and definitely tune into the other community caster streams. Take it easy.
Absolutely. Stream A, B, and C will be up until 10 o'clock this evening. Make sure you jump on into those as well. Take a look at them. The NASL stream will also be up and running, and as well as the main, obviously running a lot of the big feature games that you guys are all going to love. But don't forget about the smaller community streams. We work hard to try and get your viewership, but most importantly, there are huge, huge games coming down the pipe, as I announced earlier on. Make sure you tune into them. And, of course, tune into Stream A and C to watch Joj and myself stream the last couple of games for this evening. My name is Nightshade, and I guess signing off for Stream D. That's about it, eh? Have a good night.
That's it.
Take care.